All right, guys, so here we are. We are now live. Glad to see you over in the live weather center. Again, storms ongoing. There's a lot of storms going on. So we're gonna probably be bouncing around a whole lot. But here's a look at we've got several different radar sites now where we have live and active severe storms producing hail. Some storms larger than others, and so we're gonna kind of just try to bounce around here and take a look at everything that's going on. Okay, so we're gonna start out up here across parts of Iowa. So if we kind of scroll back over here, here's Iowa City. So again, a bunch of reports of dime to nickel size hail in Iowa City that have kind of come through the area. So you can see dime size hail, nickel size hail. Here's some dime size hail right here. Now this core actually went to the south. See there? So the big hail actually went to the south, and it's actually been developing here. So let's take a look at it here, and we watch as it goes just to the south of the Iowa City area here. And you can see it actually kind of intensifies right as it passes town. So kind of a miss there. Now let's see where this storm is tracking here. So let's kind of zoom out just a little bit. They're kind of training over the same area, but they're all heading in the general direction of Davenport. Okay, so these storms are gonna right now they're lifting off just to the north. This storm means serious business up here to the north of Davenport right now. So you can see it here. Nice hook. This is some big hail. Let's switch to a couple different views on this radar here so we can get an idea of exactly what's going on inside of this storm here. All right. I'm going to smooth this out for you guys, make it look a little cleaner here. Smooth this one out here. There we go. All right, so when we get really close to the radar, this is actually a tool that we can use. Just gives us a little bit more of an idea on the intensity inside of this storm. So you can see here, we've got Parkview right down here to the south. Just got a new update here. So again, this is live, guys. Pretty cool. So again, nice hook echo inflow. This storm is tornado warned. Barely has the warning actually in where the tornado warning would be. And it is moving off direct. It's hauling. It's moving quick to the east northeast. So you can see that the classic this is classic supercell when you get this eagle shape. You see how it has the eagle wings right flying here. So again, this one moving off to the north of Davenport. We're going to try to bounce around. I don't want to spend too much time on any one storm, but if people start asking about any particular storm, then we're going to try to talk about it that way. Okay, so all right, so let's keep shifting off to the east again. There's multiple supercell thunderstorms that have developed across Iowa into Illinois. All these are actually moving in the same direction as Chicago. Just want to make sure I had my mic on. Okay, I do. All these moving in the general direction of Chicago. If we were to zoom out here, you can see here's Chicago. Here are these storms as they move off to the east. Okay, so good stuff here. All right, so let's take a look at this. This is another developing supercell thunderstorm right now. It is tornado warned as well. The hail not quite as big on this one right now, so probably just under quarter size. So we are not mapping this storm live, but we are mapping this storm live in our website right now. If you're a subscriber, you can actually see that. We're mapping this storm live right now. This storm kind of pulsing up and down. Again, these are going to generally move off to the northeast with the overall progression of the line to push a little bit south. So eventually these are going to work their way into the Davenport area. They keep firing back here to the west. You can see we've even got a severe thunderstorm warning back here to the south, to the southeast of Des Moines as well. Okay, so let's shift back down here to the south now. There's more storms to the south of Davenport. These things are all over the place. So here is Burlington. Here's Fort Madison, Iowa. Here's Galesburg, Illinois. Peoria is right over here just to kind of help you get your bearings. So let's zoom in. Let's look at each storm. So this one is back off to the west of Peoria. Again, moving off to the east-northeast. This will probably go just to the north of Peoria. More storms are firing back here, though. This one's already had a history of producing. Quarter-size hail has been reported, but it's definitely been pulsing up and down. Then we've got another storm off to the north of this one. This one means serious business, guys. This one's producing some pretty nice hail right now. We're going to switch modes over here. So we're going to look for some bigger objects in this storm in particular here, okay? So if we kind of go right in here, look at here. So this is the updraft region of the storm, right here in this green area, just to the north of Altona. Okay, so this green area right here is where the biggest hail is falling. Again, just to the north of Altona, right on the back side of this storm, okay? Up here in all this purple, here, we've got some big hail falling up in here too, especially in the south side of this purple. So this south part of this purple area here, this is where the big hail, probably golf ball size hail right now falling in this storm. And then as you shift off to the north, we go to quarters, and then we go to pennies, nickels, peas, up here in the north side of the purple. So that's basically the way that a classic supercell produces its hail, okay? All right, let's zoom out. Let's see what else we got here, okay? This one, let's see, we might be a little far. No, we're still on the right radar site for this one, just south of Princeton. This one's had a history of producing good hail. Right now it's in its pulsing stage, so it's actually not producing the same type of hail, but it has had a history of producing it. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on that, but we're going to watch that one. Definitely might be something to jump back on. Let's go back up here and look in Davenport again. Okay, so this one's still off to the north. Again, this one now pulsing back up. There you go. There's your quarter report. It wasn't in Iowa City. We just showed you that. It was south of Iowa City, but all those guys out there not getting a service like this, they're going to go to Iowa City looking for, well, maybe not for quarters, but it could have been golf balls too that they do it on. All right, so let's take a look now. Let's switch radars. So I'm going to, give me a second here. We're going to pull up a couple different screens. We're going to take a look at St. Louis now. I know there's a lot of interest in the St. Louis area. Okay, so we've had several storms, some of them in the St. Louis area producing some pretty significant hail. So let's take a look at all these here. Okay, so on the north side of St. Louis, these have been all north splits. So these all came off of these supercells down here, and then they fire off to the north. Right now they're kind of in that, yeah, they're trying. They haven't done a whole lot yet, but they're definitely capable. Conditions are extremely favorable for good hail in this area. Okay, right now St. Louis, you're quiet, but we've got storms down here. Look at this one. Let's go ahead and zoom on in here to the southwest of St. Louis. Scroll over here. Here we go. Okay, so near Cherryville. This storm's a little far away from the radar, something that you probably haven't ever heard of, but it actually makes it to where it scans the storm a little bit high. So we're looking at this storm from a pretty high perspective, but it's producing some hail right now. It's going to give it a tough time at analyzing the storm, but you're probably looking at some nickels, maybe some quarters. Now the hail marker looks pretty big, and so it might actually start to produce some of that big hail as we go forward here. If we kind of back it up here, we can see it was producing. It had a really nice structure right back here to the southwest of Cherryville. And as it moves off to the northeast, doesn't look as well. Looks like it might even be splitting. They've had a tendency to do that across this part of the state of Missouri. So the new big hail core is going to try to develop right here. This stuff's going to weaken. It'll lift off to the north while this one goes off to the east-northeast. And again, all this stuff is moving in the general direction of St. Louis, at least especially the south side of St. Louis. All right, so let's go over here. Crossing the river. Zach, you want to get that? That's our office phone ringing. So back over here to the south side of the river here. So this is Festus, Peevely. This storm has been producing golf ball size hail. Right now it's kind of getting stretched out. So it might have some isolated quarters in it, but nothing too crazy. Right now it's definitely in a up and down type of phase. Now let's go back. So I want to go over here. I want to take a look at Springfield. Let's see what's going on over towards Springfield. The crazy thing is, oh man, look at these guys. These are going to town over here by Springfield, just south of Springfield. Look at this. These are definitely some big time storms right now. All right, so here's Clat. Man, have you looked at these?
No. Oh man,
look at the CCs on these. Okay, sorry, we're admiring a good storm. That's what we do. Oh man, so this is some serious hail now. This is again so here's Rogersville, here's Springfield right up here to the north. So there's definitely, I mean, this isn't a high populated area, but there is some population through this area. So there's going to be some homes impacted in this area. There's going to be some cars dented in this area for sure. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at it here. We've got all right. Yeah, so this storm's producing 2.5 inch hail right now. Maybe bigger than that. Maybe baseballs. This is a big time hailstorm right now. So again, just south of Rogersville, This is State Highway 14, so right on State Highway 14 and just to the north, south of Rogersville, Fordland, north of Chadwick. That one is going to town. This one back here, this one's going to town as well. This one's probably making a run at 2-inch hail now. Now the radar is going to overdo that. It's actually pretty spot on right now, 2.17. This one 2.5. It's doing a pretty good job, surprisingly. So you can see the small hail reports coming into the north. Let's back these up here. Let's see what they've actually hit. So this one, let's see here. So I'm literally analyzing these storms as they happen. And so we're actually mapping these storms live as they happen as well. Okay, so let's see here.
Oh, what's the we're in right now?
Huh?
What's the we're in right now? Missouri?
Yeah, we're looking at Missouri. This is Springfield area, just south of Springfield. Okay, so we, so this guy went just to the south of Ozark. All right, yeah, so again, big time hail just south of Ozark, went right across. This is 65, Highway 65. It also crossed 160 back here. So those of you in here, there's Branson down here to the south. So I went in between Branson and Springfield, kind of shot the gap. Definitely some pockets of good hail here.
This one's heading towards Peoria.
Peoria?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we've just so again we're watching a lot of storms. I've got 3 meteorologists watching these with me, just so we can keep track of all the activity that's going on. So you're definitely you're gonna hear some side conversations. This is a little behind the scenes, kind of what it's like when things get going. Even a little more crazy, the fact that we're in Las Vegas. Well, a couple of us are in Las Vegas, a couple of us are back at the office in Oklahoma City or in Edmond. So yeah, this should be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Nobody's going to get any sleep, but this is going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so here you go. Look at this. So this is golf ball size hail for sure that went across. This is 160 here south near the Highlandville area. So this is pretty specific stuff, guys. We're not charging for this for those of you. So look at this. A classic supercell again here. Went over U65 now just south of Springfield. So we're waiting on one of these to...
Chicago's radar is out just as a heads up.
Okay. So some good news, Chicago's radar is down right now, so that'll be nice if these storms, hopefully they'll get that back up before the storms get there. Wouldn't that be lovely? Gotta love it when radars go down in the middle of good outbreak stuff. These two supercells actually fired back here to the north of Bentonville in Arkansas. They produce dime to penny size hail. You've got some 1-inch hail already in, what is this, Galena or north of Galena. But there was definitely up here. So when they got up here towards the 160 area south of Springfield, they started producing golf ball size hail for sure. And then as they get over here towards Sparta, this storm over here is producing tennis ball size hail, maybe bigger than that. I mean these are both some really serious big time storms. They're producing easily golf ball size. When we get this green like this. Right here on the southern edge of these storms, classic example of big hail. Let's look at the volume here. We haven't talked about the volume much. Oh yeah, there's a lot of hail in them too. So these storms are producing a high volume. Now this storm up on the front is producing more hail than the storm on the back, but not by much. They're both producing good hail right now. So as long as this hail is dense and it's hitting something. We're getting some damaging hail, I would think, in those areas. Let's go back up here. So we got a severe thunderstorm warning now north of St. Louis for quarter size hail. Let's go look at that one now. On the north side of St. Louis, you can see these storms actually have intensified just a little bit, enough to create a severe thunderstorm warning since we just looked at them. So I would go probably some isolated quarters if we actually zoom in here a little bit. The exact spot in this storm where we're getting it at is like right here. So right here on the back end, the tail, this is where the updraft of this storm, it's intensifying right now, but this is where it is. Let's zoom out and let's actually look at a 3D image of this guy.
We just got a report of 2-inch hail in what is this, Galva, That
All right.
storm that was going to town.
Okay, the
showed
one that's
earlier.
headed towards Peoria, or
No, this one's heading towards general area of Ottawa. that
Okay.
general direction.
so we got reports coming in now. We just had our first 2-inch hail report that came in Illinois. Again, those are the storms that we just looked at. We're going to work our way back up to those. You can see this storm really not doing anything crazy yet, but it is intensifying, along with the north split up here to the north. All right, let's go ahead and let's zoom out here. There's not really a whole lot to be focused on right now in the St. Louis metro area. So there's a cluster of storms to the south and to the north. And then, of course, the big storms back here by Springfield. We're going to jump back over to those here in just a second. Let's jump back up here to the Davenport radar site, because this is where everything's going on right now. This is where definitely the most population's at, and where everything's going on. My iPad is in there if you want that too. 5605.
Oh yeah, the storm's really going to town.
All right, so let's get in here now, because there's a bunch of storms to talk about up here in Illinois and Iowa. All right, so this storm right here to the oh yeah, it's making some big hail. So this storm right here, just to the north of St. August. Let's see, did it move through there? Really kind of got the north side of St. August, so not a lot through there. But right here, this little tail right here, there's some golf balls coming down in that one right now. That's that one. That one is moving in the general direction.
Well, it would be the north side of Peoria, the direction it's moving in right now.
Okay, so it's moving towards the north side of Peoria. We'll see if it turns to the right or the left. Left is going to be a big miss. Right would be a direct hit. All right, let's look at this one again. The 2-inch. This is where the 2-inch hail report. Golf ball is slightly bigger. That was actually live as it was happening. So, that's something to keep in mind with these reports. Is sometimes the hail gets bigger and then they just don't report it. So those are all always things to pay attention to. Yeah, look, they took a direct hit. Big time hail. And let's talk about what we just talked about. So this is how we learn. This is how we get better. Look at this. So right over whatever this town is here, Galva. Okay, so we can see. So we've got all the greens and everything mixing in here, and we want to see what the hail volume is in the storm. It's kind of a mixture here. And then you can see right here when it goes over Galva. Look how the grays really pop up here. And then if we look right in here, you can see the blues right here on the tail of this storm. Okay, that's where the big hail was, and you can see right over Galva. So makes it real easy for us, as we analyze these storms. So we're tracking all these storms. We've got 3 guys mapping these storms live as they happen. We've got somebody answering questions for you. So a lot going on here, but the gist is this storm's producing big hail. It's moving off to the east-northeast. And in the general direction of, let's see here, Princeton would be a population center that's kind of in the path, probably still about an hour out on that one, towards Ottawa. So kind of, it's moving towards the south side of Chicago. This whole line of supercells is going to move towards the south side of Chicago, and we're going to have a pretty good chance. I would almost venture to say that, we went with a 30% chance of hail in Chicago. I would venture to say we probably ought to bump that closer to 45 now. So it's looking like Chicago's going to get some hail today. As long as this doesn't cluster together and just form a big mush ball of rain, and it's not showing signs of doing that. It's maybe this one right up here on the front is, but you've got these tail end Charlies dropping big hail all down the back side of it, and so. Yeah, so it's also running right along the warm front, which it runs through the Chicago metro right now. Warm fronts are wonderful for big hail. They make a great environment for big hail. Unfortunately, they make a great environment for tornadoes too. So we're gonna have to watch that very seriously. But yeah, so some big time storms moving directly towards Chicago. We're probably it is 4:30 right now, or almost 4:30 in Chicago. That was Central Time.
Sorry,
yeah, so it's about 4:30 in Chicago right now. So I would say as we get into the 5:30, 6 o'clock time frame, that's when these storms should be rolling in. So if you have PDR folks, that would be rush hour traffic. That would mean there'll be some people not able to get out of the way of those hailstorms. Hopefully there are no tornadoes, but yeah, so that would make some dents possible for some cars, and then obviously the houses, they're not going anywhere. So yeah, so that could produce some hail damage for sure. So again, 5:30 to 6 around the Chicago metro area. Let's go ahead and bump the chance of hail to around 40-45% in Chicago. Largest hail I would say right now probably in the golf ball to 2-inch range. We're going to watch these and see if this doesn't increase or decrease as we get a little bit closer to the Chicago metro area. Secondly, right now, Chicago's radar is down, okay? So we cannot use that radar to actually go in. The National Weather Service is working on getting that radar back up, and hopefully they've got about an hour and a half lead time on this so we can get that thing going again, because that would not be a whole lot of fun. We can map those storms. It's just a little bit more difficult for us. So... all right, so let's go back over here. Okay, so now we're starting to see. I told you just a little bit ago that the Davenport area eventually would be affected by these storms. And let's see here. We're kind of zooming in a little too quick there. There you go. There's a prime example of a hail report put in the wrong spot. 2 size of quarters. I don't even know what that means. If that means there were 2 hailstones or what. All right, so this storm, let's see how it's moving here. Okay, so it's still moving off to the east-northeast. Again, the hail was definitely north of West Liberty, more up into this area right here. Okay, you can see it kind of moving off to the east here. All right. Ooh, look at this one. Both of these are going to town. Man, there's a bunch of big hail going on, guys. This is fun. Feel free in the chat. Ask us if you want us to go look at certain areas. 050605. You got it?
605.
Hey, will you do...
I'll just change the settings where it doesn't go.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, will you do a post on our Facebook page that says something like increasing the odds of hail in Chicago as activity moves in? Make sure you're watching us on the live weather.
Oh, I can do it right now.
John will do it.
I got it right now. That's fine.
All right, so here we go. All right, where's this at here? We got quarters moving through Comanche. That looks about right. You can see the little dabbles of green in there. Let's back it up and see kind of what it looks like here. So again, this is not a major storm. Okay, so this would be isolated quarters for sure. The pennies and the dimes, for sure deal there. You can see those coming in right now. All right, here we go. All right, so this is crossing the river here south of.
We got a tornado warning going into Ottawa, Illinois. It's about 20,000 people there.
Okay, so Ottawa, Illinois, we've got a tornado warning now in effect. Let's see here. Let's move this forward. There it is, right there. Look at. Oh yeah, classic hook echo. Is Chicago still down?
Yeah.
All right, so we're
It's
gonna
down
go.
until further notice.
Is that what they said? They
Yep.
just said down until further notice. Huh?
Yep. Don't know what's wrong, but it's gonna be. Oh wait, we got a report of tennis ball size hail in that storm that had the 2-inch report.
There we
I
go.
don't know if
So
anyone can hear me.
we just talked about this is this guy right here. Okay, so it's getting ready to pop up on my screen. It should here any second now. So we're just talking about how it had big hail, right? Moved through this nice little town. Well, it's been producing golf ball back here in Altona. We talked about it there. And now we've got a report of tennis ball size hail. Okay, so we talked about baseball size hail, high chances of hail in this area. It's happening. Here it is, guys. Okay, so again, there it is, 2.5-inch hail. Again, this storm moving off to the east-northeast. Not a lot of population for a little bit here, but again, there's not really any reason for them to weaken. It's kind of a weird spot for the tornado warning, or am I like way behind?
Might be behind.
22:19. Oh yeah, I'm 10 minutes
Yeah, you're
behind.
10 minutes behind.
All right, so I don't know if that's a lag on the radar data or what
Yeah,
here.
let me check mine real quick.
We're gonna check and see here if
You're a lag on your computer.
it's on mine
Yeah, because I'm at this one what it looks like right now.
near Peru.
Yeah, so it's like over Peru. Storm's currently over Peru, Illinois. Looks like the tornado signature is going to be just south of town, so the hail is probably hitting the center of the small town of Peru, and it's heading directly for Ottawa. For those of you who don't know, Ottawa, Illinois is like the far out as you can get in the Chicago metro area before we started really hitting population. About 20,000 people there. So that storm is heading directly for... Oh, wow. Look at that. It's got a little donut on there. Looks like there's probably a tornado on the ground based off of the radar, what I'm looking at right now. So it's a strong supercell that is getting its act together and continuing. Derek's trying to figure out why his computer's having a little bit of a delay here. But overall, just saying that hail moving towards Ottawa, Illinois, probably, oh man, I don't know how big, I can't say off the top of my head how big it is. Probably about,
I mean, just before, there's probably
like-
some golf balls in
yeah,
this
up to
storm right now.
some golf ball size hail in the storm for sure. It looks like it's strengthening out. We're starting to get kind of far away from the radar. This is where having the Chicago radar down is kind of rough, but we are going to do our best and work through this with you guys.
The best, and it's better than the rest.
Yes.
All right, so let's go back down here. Let's jump. Let's see if Springfield. Let's take a look at Springfield. Springfield. Springfield is the money site right now. Look at these guys. Woo.
I'm not surprised that storm dropped tennis balls.
Yeah. So now we see the front storm is actually weakening. It looks like it's going to move north of Mansfield. Mansfield's a decent little town. Can you give me a population on Mansfield?
Hang on.
Somebody? In just a second, we will. We're going to get a population on Mansfield. Looks like this southern storm may actually make a run at Mansfield here, and it's producing some serious hail. Missouri.
Missouri.
Mansfield, Missouri. We're going to find out what our population is on Mansfield here.
We have population of about 1,300.
1,300 people, so
Little town.
not a crazy one, but at least some people. Here we go. So look at this. So here's the big hail right here, the southern side of the storm. And then we've got probably some golf balls actually stretching up into it here. But you're probably making a run at tennis balls back here on the back side right now. The front storm, it looks like it's maybe getting ready to try to get its act back together again too. But it's still producing. It's got golf balls falling out of it. It's not making golf balls right now though, so we'll see if it can start regenerating that again here. All right, so St. Louis still quiet right now. Everything's kind of going around them, but there's still a lot of time left here. How's Little Rock? Anything down there yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so Arkansas still quiet. Again, most of this stuff when we talked about it, it's an overnight event. Okay, so most of this stuff is an overnight event. So I'm gonna jump back up here to we're gonna go take a look back at Illinois
There
here.
you go. I posted a picture.
Cool. You know what? We can actually probably get this just as good down here at Lincoln. We're gonna switch radar
Confirmed
sites.
tornado now. Yep. For the storm heading towards Ottawa.
We're gonna switch radar sites here. We're gonna get this from the south. It's gonna give us a better viewpoint up inside of this storm here as it moves towards the Ottawa area, the Peru area. Peru is actually a pretty decent. Peru and Oglesby and kind of in that area. It makes it a pretty decent little storm. You can see the little donut hole here. Again, that's indicative of a tornado being on the ground.
Got severe thunderstorm warning in Arkansas now.
Got our first severe thunderstorm warning in Arkansas now, moving
Just,
towards the Conway, or just south,
due-
in between Conway and.
Due north of Hot Springs, heading towards Conway.
How about this little shot though? Look at that little eye of the tornado right there. Look at that! Boom. It's gonna be pretty unfortunate there. So here's the sign of the tornado. Like you can see it actually roll out and then roll off to the north. Look at this. Crazy stuff. That's an impressive tornado right there. There's going to be some pretty serious damage there, I think. Again, the storm itself producing quarters, maybe some golf balls right just north of the track of the tornado through Peru. All right, let's see here. Whew, look at this guy.
Where was that?
That's the southern
Oh yeah.
tail end Charlie down here.
Yes.
So this guy, I wonder if it's making a right turn here. So we're going to look at this one here.
Oh, the one heading towards Peoria.
Yeah, the north side of Peoria. Chillicothe.
This storm's heading. This.
All right, so it's still moving off to the east northeast, so it's probably going to go up here by Chillicothe and Lacan or Lakin. Sorry, I'm not from here, so I don't want to say all these. There's your confirmed tornado now, 3 miles west of Cedar Point. So that's just what we were just talking about, the confirmed tornado. Again, this storm's still producing big hail here. We're a little far from the radar, so the radar is going to underdo that hail size. A little closer on this one, and it's showing the big hail, and that the big hail would be accurate. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look here.
Oh man, yeah, this storm's really moving down.
All right, so okay, so we're going to watch this one go on into the Ottawa area here because that's our population area, and then from there we'll probably shut it down for about 15 or 20 minutes until some more activity comes up. We'll still have meteorologists in the chat room though, but we'll wait for some more population to start occurring here with some of these storms. A quarter report on that. All right, so again, this one's going to move basically across the northern part of Ottawa. Let's turn this off on this screen so we can see. Oop, turns it off on both of them. There we go. So we'll turn it off. So there's Ottawa. You can see town right there. And so again, storm moving directly towards or just to the north. Here's the actual hail signature. This is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ignore me.
Oh. we get excited. There's storms popping up. There's even some trying to fire up towards Chicago, which is going to be interesting. All right, so here we go. So again, tornado up here near Oglesby. The hail core is just to the north. It's really about right here. This is what the radar estimated signature is for. So this is what the radar thinks is happening. You guys have seen that, right? The hail swaths that are really big and fat, and it's really about this big. There you go. There's your prime example of how that happens. The hail is actually just in this little bitty pocket back here. So it's actually a pretty small hail core. Went across the north side of Peru. Oh, tornado still big time.
Yeah, this is gonna slam into Ottawa.
All right, so the hail is moving north of Utica. Again, the tornado is going directly towards Ottawa though. So tornado is going to be the big deal. I think the hail core is actually going to go north of Ottawa now. So hail core is going to go north. Tornado is going to go somewhere across, probably just north of the river here, directly towards Ottawa. So this is going to be a big time storm for Ottawa. If you know anybody in Ottawa, you need to let them know. Again, we don't talk a lot about tornadoes here, but when they're serious tornadoes moving towards high population, then we do want to focus on those because if we can save a life or two, I think it's worth it. So, all right, here we go. So again, storm moving directly towards Ottawa the next 15 minutes or so. It could weaken. Hopefully it does on the tornado part. In fact, what'll probably happen if it weakens tornadically, it'll probably make bigger hail. So the tornado is actually stealing a lot of energy from the hail core on this storm. And so we're not getting the type of storm that you would typically see, from a hailstorm from that standpoint. So let's look at this guy from a 3D standpoint and see if we can see the tornado. Let's see. It doesn't look like it's showing up on radar right now. So at least from a 3D standpoint, but we're pretty far away from the radar as well. So. It's not going to help us out very much. Look at all these storms, though. Look at them. Boom, 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 boom. They're all lined up all the way down to St. Louis. Back down to... Got more now going up down here. Again, this is off this radar side, but down towards Little Rock. In fact, let's go ahead. Let's load Little Rock. Let's go take a look at that. There we go. We're going to load up another radar side here. Is there a storm going up in Indiana, too?
Hang on, I'm trying to just get the road files up for.
All right, so let's zoom in here to the Arkansas area now. We're going to switch this to a double panel. We're going to make it full size. Is our live feed still going and everything? Like we're not having any trouble?
No, we're not having any trouble.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Okay, so you can see these storms now going up. They all have these little hooks, these little appendages here. Again, classic sign of a supercell trying to develop. These are babies. They're in the early stages. They're probably producing some penny size hail, some small stuff. Some of them are going to last, some of them aren't. But we'll have to keep watching these. I'm not going to spend much time on them because they're not doing much at the time. So we're going to keep watching those. So again, going up in parts of central Arkansas now. All right, let's go back. Okay, so here's Springfield. Let's go ahead and take a look at Springfield again. And we still have, we have 2 storms. This one is going to town. It's headed right towards Mansfield. Mansfield's going to take it. Mountain Grove. What's Mountain? Mountain Grove's a little bigger than Mansfield. Mountain Grove's probably a couple thousand people. So again, so that's moving again right towards Mountain Grove. I don't see any reason why this southern one is going to weaken. This one's going to keep going. There's going to be more storms that are going to develop back here in northeast Oklahoma later on too. So this is round number 1. We talked about multiple rounds. This is round number 1. Now this is probably the main show for Chicago up here. So when this cluster comes through Chicago, I would think everything kind of shifts to the south.
Go on our Facebook
It's okay.
page.
Yeah.
Go on our Facebook page, and I made it when we did the live video talking about this feed. Where people had some problems trying to make an account, so just help them.
Okay, there's another tennis ball report that just came in. Couple of reports.
Yep.
2 to 2.5 inch hail. Lasted for 4 minutes. Let's test that. You want to see if it lasted 4 minutes? Let's look here. Let's go. Which radar are we here? There we go. Let's see here. It's always fun to do.
What post was it on our? Is it?
It's the
Here, I
most
can
recent
show it
live
right
one.
Is it like there's like 10 likes on it or whatever?
It's this one.
Jay
right here.
Carey.
About to go live.
All right, so hail starts right here. We are at
Yeah.
22,
Josh Thomas,
22:12.
Jay Carey. Yeah.
That's when the up to quarters start. Gets bigger, big hail, and then it stops right there. So 22:19. So the biggest hail, probably about 4 or 5 minutes. Total hail time is going to be about 7 minutes. So it's a pretty decent hail time. I would say about 5 minutes is about average for a hailstorm. This one went for 7, so not too bad at all. Here we go. Ottawa again, still. Again, tornado still on the ground.
I'm trying to get the.
There's a good chance that this tornado might be rain wrapped as well. Let's go back over here. This one's gonna be a tough one to map for hail. There's some hail in it. I'm trying to decipher what's the hail and what is the tornado in this one. So this one's a tough one to map. I can promise you that the radar algorithm is not going to be able to pick this one up very good. So we're gonna have to. We're definitely gonna have to do some.
I can't get road files to work. You're downloading from Google Drive. Sorry.
Let's see here. So okay, so our storm back here by Peoria still going on. Again, we're trying to focus on this stuff over here by Ottawa as it moves towards the Ottawa area. We'll see. Again, this front lead storm is going to be the big one. Some of these back here, I think some of these back here maybe get into more of a stable environment here before too long. So this should be the show right here as it moves again towards the south side of Chicago. If you're in Waukegan, probably not going to get any hail today. But if you're down here to the south in Hammond, Chicago Heights, Oak Forest, you got a pretty good shot. So.
Damn, this one's dropping. Is this golf balls already? Nah, this one doesn't even look that good. This one heading towards Springfield, Illinois.
Oh, new one?
That's
so-
dropping golf balls before golf balls just came in on that
All
one.
right, so we're going to go back down here to Springfield now. So we've got a new storm. Like I told you, we would have some new storms going up.
Morning that just went up for golf ball size
There's
hills, heading in the direction
Davenport,
of St.
Quad
Louis.
City,
It's a north split thing.
Says
towards
Little
St. Louis.
Rock. See, we got lots of radars going here. All right, let's go back down here. Oh, Springfield, Illinois.
Illinois.
Oh, I was looking for Springfield, Missouri. Oh, wrong Springfield. I was like, nothing going on there. All right, so let's go back over here. Quad Cities. Springfield, Missouri, Little Rock, Lincoln. Here we go.
Ottawa's probably getting golf ball size hail right now.
All right, so we got hail moving into Ottawa now. All right, so what we were talking about. Oh yeah, yeah. So hail markers going up. It looks like maybe the tornado is trying to weaken. I don't know. No, it's still on the ground.
It looks like what's happening is a tornado is getting hail whipping around it too. So the hail's gonna be real close to the tornado.
Little wind-driven hail. Here's the hail core is right in here, so it's right here where this hail marker is. That's where the good stuff is coming in.
Storm right here.
We're gonna switch. I'm gonna switch you guys to a 4-panel system. This is actually what the meteorologists use
We got a lot going on.
to analyze it. Okay, so we've got the hail signature. We actually don't use that typically very much. Again, we just want to see the marker, but we're not really interested in the algorithm that's producing the hail signature.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean a whole lot to me.
CZDR, velocity, especially for the storm. So
Here we go. All right, so here we go. We got the velocity here. Again, coming down, but the tornado right in here.
I have golf balls on I-80 right now.
Yeah, and there's golf balls on I-80 in Iowa right now, in Ottawa. So again, I think my radar hasn't updated as quick as yours, is it?
No.
So they got the better stuff than me. They're the ones mapping it. So, and then we wanted to look at. You said the storm moving towards Lincoln, right?
Storm moving.
Lincoln,
Lincoln.
or
No, so we have a storm. So we also have a storm currently. Let's see if we go down the same. Oops, my bad. Hang on the St. Louis radar site, you can see the storm. There's a north split that is currently.
oh, is it the one crossing the river
getting
there?
itself together, and it's just southwest of Hillsborough. And it's moving. It would be heading towards Arnold, St. Louis Metro.
They warned the wrong part of that storm. Whatever. Okay, so we're gonna jump up here to to St. Louis. There we go. Yeah, so this storm moving in the general direction of Springfield and Jacksonville. There we go. All right.
Oh, man, just tornado warning. Another storm. Holy crap.
Yeah, so we're definitely in a hail outbreak now. So we've got tornadoes, we've got hail all over the place. This north here, this one's going up now.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay, so check this out. Here we go. So St. Louis. So we've got the split here now getting its act together. It has a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know. They did it for golf balls, and rightfully so. All right, so you can see the big hail it's not fallen out yet. I mean, there's quarters, but the golf balls haven't started yet. Let's get a 3D image of this storm. Let's see where they're all at up inside of it. There we can see them developing right there. So again, they're going to keep developing. This is going to be a north split, so it's not going to look as pretty as some of the normal ones. But it is, again, producing quarters right now, trying to make a run at golf balls. Oop, I don't want that. Let's go. Let me just kind of check and make sure everything's looking good here. Okay. So let's go back up here. Back up here towards the Jacksonville area. So again, these storms, they don't look pretty. They don't have a good hail marker, but they're north splits. And so, again, they can produce big hail just out of nowhere. So, again, report a golf ball size hail.
It's got just keep
Report a golf ball size hail moving towards the Springfield area.
Or no, you didn't. They would let you because.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm about to send a text from Ottawa.
All right. So our customers, if you're a customer, they're actually getting a live text message now for Ottawa, Illinois. Well, I'm very interested to see what this guy does coming into the south side of St. Louis here. It's definitely so far has been a entertaining outbreak. It's
Tornado
just now
spotted
starting.
in Ottawa.
Okay, so we now have tornado in Ottawa. So again, we thought it was going to go through there. It's in there now. Again, they're getting golf ball size hail and tornado in Ottawa. Ottawa, Illinois right now. Let's switch over to the radars and let's get off of St. Louis here. So storm's moving into St. Louis, okay, shortly. And so those are going to be moving in fairly quickly. But let's jump over here. Let's see if I can find Lincoln radar, St. Louis, Lincoln. Here we go. Okay, so let's zoom on in here now. Again, there goes the tornado now across the north side. Let's adjust our signature here real quick. We're gonna adjust the track of this storm here and make it pick up our hail signature a little bit better. Go. Okay, so there we go. We just got it readjusted. Again, so you can see the big hail back here on the back side. So tornado on the front side with the big hail being wrapped around the back side. So it's being sucked into the storm, into the tornado. There's more storms. They're not done yet in Ottawa either. So this storm probably producing some quarter size hail right now, almost taking the same track, maybe just a hair south. Moving directly towards them as well. I'm going to switch this back to 2 panels so you guys can see it a little bit better. Again, I'm not the one actually mapping this storm. So here goes now the big hail. Again, this is actually debris, more than likely right here, being picked up. Big hail back here on the back side of this thing. Might even be bigger than golf balls now. It's really big. Yeah, so yeah, this is a pretty serious situation in Ottawa. They're getting big hail. They're getting a tornado. Again, moving towards the south side of Chicago.
Got quarters somewhere now.
Where? Iowa?
Iowa,
Okay.
Oskaloosa, Iowa just got quarters.
Okay, so we just had some quarters in Iowa. Again, not anything unexpected here. So this is all
PDS tornado warning now for pretty much the south suburbs of
the
Chicago.
St. Louis storm. People asking about it. Okay,
St. Louis is a storm, north sweep currently heading towards the southern metro.
All right, so we're gonna jump.
Next half hour, 45 minutes.
We're gonna jump back down here to St. Louis. We've had some people asking about that. So again, Ottawa being hit with golf ball size hail, maybe 2-inch hail right now. Tornado just went through town, so pretty serious event there. All right, we're gonna take a look at St. Louis now. So let's come back down here. Yeah, hail marker continues to go up on this storm. So we're making a run at a 2-inch hail marker. The hail could actually be a little bit bigger than what radar's saying because it's a north split. So yeah, golf ball size hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds is what this thing is. Moving at 70 miles per hour. Whoa, man, that's a quick storm. So it's going to have at least 60-mile-an-hour winds. When they move at 70, they tend to make everything around them move at 70 as well. So wouldn't be surprised if there was some 70-mile-an-hour winds. So this is going to race into the south side up towards basically Arnold. So it's going to go towards Arnold. It's going to make a run at Oakville. So right through this area right in here, right along the river. Then it's going to cross over the river, and it's going to make a run at Signal Hill, Westview, Fairview Heights, Collinsville, Caseville, Orton. So all through that area. I think O'Fallon, Illinois, somewhere in here. Make a run at that. Basically on the west or the east side of St. Louis, on the Illinois side. On the Missouri side, it's going to make a run at the Oakville area. Let's go back down there. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, so you can see, yeah. So we're definitely dropping some golf balls right now.
Derek is currently busy. I'll try and help you that if I can.
Okay, let's see here. What do we got here? Ooh, look at that one, purple marker down there now. It's a long way away, but still.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. So this storm now moving, well, it's kind of an inverted hook on it, isn't it? So this storm moves south of Jacksonville. I mean, the hail's going to be real isolated on this storm. It looks like it's falling apart. Probably not even producing hail now. We'll watch this one down here to the south. The one that produced the golf ball report a minute ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that guy's done. The golf balls are real isolated on that as well.
What's the email address?
We just got that dropped quarters a few minutes ago before it started strengthening. The one that's now entering
Yeah.
Hillsborough.
Yeah, okay, so here we go. So this we were talking to you about this one right back here. We said it was producing quarters, but it was making larger hell up inside of it. The bigger hell is falling now. So we're so we're getting golf ball size hell right now, and but again quarter size hell is falling back here.
I need to figure out how to get the road files working as it takes.
The what? Oh,
Piece of shit road file things.
just pull up Google Maps and just pick an intersection off of there.
Okay, so you're trying to log in, but you can't right now. That's correct.
I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna pause here for just a second. I'm not gonna turn off the live feed. I'm
We have
pause for just a second. All right, guys, we're back here.
I mean, I'm not for sure what.
So we're gonna again we're watching this storm moving in towards the St. Louis metro area now. For those of you that are here, again, we just had storms go through Ottawa, Illinois, producing large hail, and then we've got storms down to the now to the east of the Springfield area, producing some big time hail, and so yeah, a lot of activity going on here, and it's just gonna keep going up. Like we're not done with all the activity either. So again, storms also been firing. Let's kind of just work our way down the line again. Let's start off up here to the north. In fact, I'm gonna organize these so that way I can tell what I'm looking at. So
I mean, I'm not certain on much right now. I know there's been stuff going on in Illinois. I've been building a lot of phone calls today and doing a lot of customer service work at the moment, but I know there's.
all right, so we're gonna start up here at Quad Cities.
Major damage in Ottawa.
All right, we're getting reports now of major damage in Ottawa as well. Are we still main in the chat in there too?
Yeah, I'm doing everything.
Okay.
I got controlled chaos.
Cool. All right, so here's so we've got a storm right now north of Davenport again, producing quarter size hail. We had produced again that this storm actually went south of Iowa City, but we did have a report in Iowa City of quarter size hail. This little guy back here been producing some quarter size hail.
The Chicago probably.
We've got.
Since we're mapping live, the names aren't set in stone in terms of the names of the storms, but they'll be on the dashboard on the recent maps.
Right, so we've got this storm moving in towards Sterling. probably producing some quarter size hail. So in the Quad Cities area, okay, we've got the Davenport storm here just to the north of Davenport, producing quarter size hail.
A subscriber to the maps.
And then we've got in the Sterling area, we've got quarter size hail. And then as we shift over here towards the Chicago area, we've got this storm near Ottawa. It's actually past Ottawa now, produced a tornado through Ottawa, but also dropped some golf ball size hail through Ottawa. We've got this storm back here to the west of Purdue.
Right, I mean, that's what it is. So it's a live view of the map.
And then
so
we've
that's
got
very-
we've got this storm north of Peoria. We've been talking about this one for quite a while now. Again, been producing off golf ball size hail as well. Some big time hail with that one.
yeah, exactly.
Storm producing quarter size hail in the
Exactly. So
Princeton
that's
area.
another thing, too, is, you know, a lot of this stuff right now is subject to change.
Let's see here. Man, lots going on up here in the northern part. Let's switch radars. Now let's jump over here. Let's see here. Let's go over here to Lincoln now. So again, this storm over here, this one is moving towards Joliet. Okay, so it's in the past Ottawa now, moving towards Joliet. Doesn't look as impressive as it was a minute ago. I would love to have it from the Chicago radar site, but we're not going to be blessed with that today, at least not right now. In quarters, or smaller really probably than quarters. We're probably looking at quarters to $half here in the Princeton area,
Yeah, I mean,
just
it's,
to the
it's all interactive, so you could be able to click on those. On that
just
stuff.
to the north of Peoria.
This thing is definitely dropping huge hail.
Which one?
The one heading towards Joliet.
Okay, so the storm's still heading towards Joliet here.
Picking this thing up at over 10,000 feet. It still looks good. So.
Let's see here. I'm gonna switch to a more pixelated view. Yeah, so we're still getting. I'm on the wrong color scale.
Yeah.
Color scale's not. No, it's not
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
So-
yeah. So you can pull
Either
this
way.
immediately.
Okay, yeah, here we go. So the low CCs right here, picking up the big hail on the back side of this Ottawa storm. So again, still producing big hail, and a potential for a tornado now north of Seneca. It's going to move north of Morris.
We just got golf ball size hail in what's this town called?
It was 220 per
Princeville.
month for 2 users.
Just had a report of golf ball size hail in Princeville. I think they've had actually a couple of different storms move through that area.
Archives maps. First 2 users.
Again, this storm is moving right towards Joliet right now. Okay, so for those of you in that area, again, moving right towards Joliet. Let's zoom out here because we've got a couple other storms now back down here towards the St. Louis area.
Multiple states. You could
Storm's trying to form
add
out
on
in front of
states
the north
and regions.
St. Louis area.
All right, so let's find St. Louis. Okay, here we go. St. Louis now.
Yes, additional states
Um,
are extra.
All right, so
Hey Derek, what's the 2 states ATM? Per month, it's gonna jump up to 245 per month.
Oh no.
all right, so let's see here. So yeah, this guy's still
Yeah.
going to town. There's actually another storm going up out in front of it. Looks like another storm going up on the radar right now in St. Louis too. So
Yeah.
it could get active, or it
Yeah.
could also mess things up. So we're gonna have to see, huh?
I'm just talking.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out this
These guys are also producing some big hail. These are moving off training in the same area. So all this whole pocket right here of storms is basically lifting to the east northeast. Some more to the north, some a little more to the east. It's headed towards the southern sides of St. Louis. So again, storms moving in that general direction. I do want to take a look at this storm back here towards Springfield. Let's see, that's St. Louis. That's Lincoln.
That service is contracted for a year.
Quad City.
So you can't say
Okay,
for 2 months.
so-
Go for the rest of the 10 months are contracted for a year.
Alright. So yeah, this storm back here by the west of Little Rock is picking up intensity a little bit, but still not anything crazy. So we'll keep watching
this.
this. Let's go up here towards Springfield right now and take a look at it here.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna let this load here. So it's moving right over the Mountain Grove area. Here as we speak. Let's go Let's go back over here towards the.
definitely. It's a little crazy. But good talking with you. I'm glad we were able to help you today.
Man, so Mountain Grove about to get popped here. Mansfield, they got some hail. Live video.
Oh yeah. We'll we'll continue to be doing that. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like outbreak everywhere.
All right, so here we go. Again, storms. And these things are racing, okay? So it's going to move.
Yeah,
So
you're
it's
welcome.
getting close to the Arnold area now.
Bye.
We're getting golf ball size hail in this storm, I would say, right now. Very close. Now I'm coming in on the southern sides of St. Louis here. All right.
It's getting real hard to see the storm as it's moving to the Chicago area.
Yeah. Can you push out a Facebook deal again
For what?
and a text alert that says that we're live on our website, tracking storms now moving into Chicago and St. Louis?
Yeah.
All right. So again, we're still here live. This is live. This is right now. It's 3 o'clock Pacific time. We're at 5 o'clock now, Central time, 6 o'clock Eastern time. We've got a storm producing golf ball size hail right now, moving towards the southern sides. If we were to kind of V-line this thing here, it's gonna make a move right here between what is this, Kimmswick and Arnold on the south side of St. Louis, and then it's basically gonna blast through off to the northeast and go in between St. Louis and Bellevue. So a lot of population right in here. And definitely some population right in here as it lifts off to the northeast. And then basically it's going to run along or just to the south of I-255. For those of you familiar with it, it's going to run right along there and just to the south, probably V-line, basically moving in that same direction. So as long as it continues to keep itself up. Now, some things, so this storm could go up and produce big hail, or it could actually kill this one and kill this one. So there's always lots of things that can happen that can be unseen. So we're going to have to watch this live and see what happens here. Let's go ahead and take a look now back up here towards the Joliet area. So we're watching two areas really with at least there are three really good storms right now. There's one moving into the south side of Chicago near the Joliet area. There's another one in the St. Louis area. The tornado threat on the St. Louis storm is pretty low.
Tornado warning now by one of these storms by Little Rock.
Okay, so we've got a tornado warning now over by Little Rock. Again, the storms by Little Rock producing, producing quarters.
On our website.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, on our website. And you can push up, you can do some posts and stuff promoting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just whenever you're not dealing with that stuff. Okay, let's see here.
What's the next closest radar?
To Chicago, Milwaukee, probably.
Were you watching stuff from ILX for all this stuff? Did it look okay through ILX?
It's all right. I mean, where were you watching it from?
I'm watching Davenport stuff.
Oh, no wonder why you got a better view of it.
I'm getting
All right,
far,
very good.
I'm getting far away.
So you get to hear us trying to figure out how we're going to map this storm best going into Chicago without a radar in Chicago. How about that? It's gonna make for some good stuff. It's gonna make it if you're a subscriber of ours. So these companies that use the algorithm, right? They're gonna automatically put this stuff out, but they're not gonna be able to reanalyze it. So we're gonna be able to go through and reanalyze it, but more importantly, we're gonna be able to talk through what actually happened. All right, so we're gonna take a look here. I want to jump up here to the Lincoln radar site. Zach's having a lot of fun over here.
Ooh, this is fun.
He's having tons of fun. He's grinning from ear to ear. All right, so here we go. So again, this storm's still producing big hail. And the radar's getting all kinds of feedback on it right now. Again, producing big hail now, moving north. It's going to move north of Morris. Another tornado report just came in. Intersection of Northeast 30th and East 25th. Electrical tower and multiple buildings damaged. So again, a pretty significant tornado still moving through this area. Again,
Can't tell anymore. The radar's jacked up.
yeah, we've got I mean, I think that blue area. I don't know if that's the tornado or if that's the hail core. So again, this storm means business, and it's moving into Chicago. So it's now starting to get into to some areas where life and property are going to be a lot of them are going to be in the threat area. So we're going to try to stick live with the two different radars that we're tracking right now. So we've got again a storm moving towards the Gillette area. So we're going to track that one, and we're going to track the storm moving into the south side of St. Louis. So kind of a 1-2 punch right now with these storms moving into that area. So you can kind of see this zoomed out view here from the Lincoln radar. Kind of shows us that. Here's the storm moving out into the Arnold area.
Mountain Grove's getting pounded right now.
Yeah, that's like super high volume too. Mountain Grove, Missouri, also taking a direct hit right now. We talked about that. We've been talking about that for like the last 30 or 40 minutes. So that one definitely underway. All right, let's. Man, I wish we had Chicago.
Yep. I'm watching stuff to see if
You have the feed up for the radar to see when it comes back
watching
live.
on American weather. They're all on top of it because they're all freaking out too.
All right, so we've got some live feeds on when that radar comes back live. So if it's able to, we're gonna have it. But right now it's not, and so we're just having to manage with what we got. So we'll be. Whew,
That's bad.
big tornado. Just saw a picture of it. The one that.
That's going into
Illinois.
That's going towards Chicago. So and we have no radar. We're kind of.
All right, so right now things calming down in Iowa. Everything's really pretty much in Illinois, Missouri, or Arkansas. We have some storms intensifying just to the west of Little Rock. So we're going to jump down there here in just a little bit.
New warning here for the St. Louis area. They do probably quarters, I'm guessing. Ping pong balls.
Yep. Okay, so we just got the new warning for St. Louis.
That's heading into Arnold like in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. If that, it's moving like 70.
So moving to Arnold now, basically.
Yeah. Is Arnold texting?
Yeah, it's a texting city. I'm just trying to.
Okay, so storm's moving into Arnold now. You guys trying to eat here too. Been a long day. All right.
It's Texas City. I really wish I could have radars over here. Man, I should have just brought my computer back up here. Should have just brought my computer up here.
Oh, from the.
From the show.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh well. Okay, I have a slightly better view from ILX. I got a better view of this storm.
That one.
This one's right near Chillicothe. It's just
That one's going to town.
hang on, I just got a huge update. Oh damn. Another tornado on the ground. And just to south of Chillicothe, Illinois. Looks like we have some probably $50 size hail, but it looks like a tornado on the ground. Pretty solid little CC dip, little debris ball showing up. That's a town just to the north of Peoria, Illinois. And
Let's go take a look at it here. So that's John, our lead meteorologist. So again, we've got a lot of activity going here. A lot of people working right now for you guys as well. All right, so here we go. So we've got, again, two big time storms. The radar's not picking this one up very good because it's so far away from the radar. So we're having to analyze this from pretty far away. Unfortunately, Chicago's radar is down if you're just now joining us. So we don't have access to Chicago's radar because it's not working. It's actually has nothing to do with HellTrace. It's the National Weather Service's radar. It's an expensive piece of equipment, and but it's not working right now. So again, man, there's some serious damage that just came in from Ottawa on this storm. Again, making a V line. Right into that area. New severe thunderstorm warning just now coming in for Peru. This storm may be producing quarters. And this is the storm that John was just talking about. Right here, you can actually see. Let me zoom out just a little bit. There's the tornado. See the little blue ball right there. In fact, if we turn this off, just let this load. More than likely, hopefully I'm wrong, but that blue ball was created from this neighborhood right here. So you've got a neighborhood. It's actually it's a mobile home park. So hopefully I'm wrong, but more than likely that debris had to come from something when it drops down like that. And yeah, so you can see now moving off to the east of that area. Again, tornado is on the ground with this storm. It's a big time tornado too. This is not a little tornado. Moving towards Chillicothe now. And again, that mobile home park that we just saw there on radar, probably what's causing this low debris ball. It's a lot of debris being uplifted into this storm, and that's what's causing it. Again, we've got some quarters to $half size hail from Chillicothe to the north. Okay, so let's jump back down. Well, first of all, let's go take a look. Again, not a lot of new updates. It's kind of, again, very difficult situation. We've got two good-looking storms, though, right now.
Large tornado 2 miles northwest of Morris, so the storm is still dropping a big tornado.
Okay, so yeah, we still have a large tornado right now north of Morris. Hopefully things, again, can kind of get under control here.
We're like 10 minutes from major population.
But yeah, we're definitely getting into big-time population now as we speak. Okay, so we're going to jump. We're going to jump back down to St. Louis because this storm is moving into St. Louis now, or already has been moving through St. Louis. So again, just cross through Arnold. Let's back it up and watch it go through there. So for those of you in the St. Louis area, you can see. Again, this is a north split, so they're not always pretty. It might even be spinning. Might even be an anticyclonic storm. I'm not for sure. It looks like the inflow notch is on the north side here, but.
There's quite the hail spike on here right now, the most recent frame. I don't know if you have it yet. Right here in Arnold.
Where's the hail spike? Do I have it?
Freaking
Oh,
CC
yeah.
spike.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so this storm, again, probably is producing bigger hail than what the radar says it's producing.
Alright,
Let's take a look here.
Yeah, I just got a report that came in. Orders just came in a second ago. Oh wait, no, it's from a few minutes ago. So they update the warning at all.
Here's a look. Oop. Sorry about that. All right, so again, this storm moving into the Arnold area. This one's actually training more on the southern edge of this boundary. This is some big hail down here as well. We've already had several storms produce golf balls through this area. Hail markers now jumping back up on this storm, moving through. So here's what's happening right now. It's actually absorbing those showers that develop to the north of it. Watch them as they get sucked in here. They get sucked in. We get clear air to the north. Nice warm moist air for it to suck in everything. And so the hail markers probably, don't be shocked if this storm doesn't intensify as it moves towards the eastern side or the western sides of St. Louis on the Illinois side of things here. So quarter size hail, for sure on this thing. But again, the storm is intensifying right now as we speak, as it moves through that area. So again, let's zoom in here. Let's give you guys some bearings on where we're at here. So again, it moved just like we talked about right through the middle between Kimmswick and Arnold, and then it lifted off to the north and east towards Oakville, and then it's going to continue off to the north and east, right, really just along and south of 255 here, towards Signal Hill, Fairview Heights, and then up towards probably just south of Collins, towards O'Fallon potentially. We'll see. It'll be either O'Fallon or just to the north the way it looks right now, and then it should move out of the metro after that. So, and it's racing. So it's moving at, see what they're saying, 50 miles an hour. So it was moving at 70 earlier. It's actually slowed down just a bit to 50 miles an hour now. So that'll increase that hail time just a bit. See, we've got We do have a little pocket of some lower CCs now showing up just to the east of Oakville, so right on the river. So we're making some barge splashes there in the water. Probably making a run at ping pong ball right now on that little bitty. So you can see the core is really big, but it's just this little pocket right here.
Sterling had 2-inch size hail. Oh shit, it's just Sterling, Texas.
Who?
Sterling, Illinois. They got 2-inch hail.
So yeah, so there it goes.
Shit. Texas.
So again, watching a lot of storms here. Where's Sterling at?
Sterling is north of. It's to the northwest of Peru.
Oh, okay.
It's up south to the basically east northeast.
Let's go back over here to Lincoln. So, getting some big hail up in that area as well. So we're gonna go back to the Lincoln radar side here, and we're gonna take a look at. There we go. So here's the Sterling area. So this little storm here, we didn't cover it, but here it goes right here. Watch it. This is from pretty far away, but you can see the little pocket of the lower color right here. Moves basically right over the city. Drops golf ball and 2-inch hail. We have multiple reports of hail.
Shit, somebody sent a text.
Who did?
Oh, somebody.
Moved right over the Sterling area. Now it's moving through Dixon. So Dixon just got popped. Storm really looks like it's probably still going. Still producing some good hail up here. So again, we've got 2 clusters right now. We've got one here and one here. Man, this storm is definitely going to town here. The tornado has gone a little south. We talked about the quarters in Chillicothe. That's now been reported. But again, tornado now moving through between Rome and Chillicothe. So again, tornado is definitely on the ground with that one right now as we speak. All right. Looking here at, again, the storm moving into the Joliet area. Again, this is going to be a tough storm for us to map. I'm actually going to load a different radar here so we can see if we can get it from a couple different angles. So let's see if we can get this loaded here. Got a bunch of radars going right now if I don't have enough. We're gonna bounce this thing up here, and we're gonna try to take a look at it from Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a good spot for us to take a look at. It's probably the closest radar to Chicago that we can get, and when you don't have radar, that's what you have to use, the closest thing. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at it here. So we're sending out multiple alerts for those of you that are subscribers. Hopefully you're getting those. If you're not, let us know. All right, so here we go. So here's the storm now moving towards the Morris area. This is both of these look like pretty decent little storms here. If we were to kind of look in here, we can see the green area here, showing us that there is some decent hail pockets in these storms. So. Again, a big-time tornado as well with this. That's probably what you're seeing right here near Morris is the big tornado. And then we've got, again, the hail core up here to the north. So really taking on kind of a classic supercell type structure as it moves off to the northeast. We'll actually get a little better view the more off to the northeast it moves with this particular storm. I'm going to go ahead. Let's... All right, so the storm over Arnold, let's go back and take a look at that here. So we're going to zoom into the St. Louis area. Again, this is our north split from earlier.
It's strengthening right now.
And it is definitely strengthening right now. Right here, it's strengthening on the north side of the storm. So that's going to take, so we talked about O'Fallon being in the path, but that's actually going to take Collinsville now in the path of this. So it's going to move towards, Lorton.
East of St. Louis.
What's that?
Is that east of St. Louis?
Yes.
Collinsville. Yes, east of St. Louis. So it's going to move. It's going to move basically right now. It's setting over the Mississippi River. That's going to move. It's moving off of the river right now, or it has moved off the river more than likely. And it's dropping.
We just got golf ball coordinate
For where?
in one west of East Carnundelit. I don't know. It's
Oh, for this one?
for this one.
I don't think there's anything there yet. I think it has to.
Hmm?
I think it has to move a little further. Is there anything there?
People.
Yeah, is there any
Here,
people there?
Your radar. I think your radar's behind mine.
Oh, there's people there. It's fine.
Yeah, no, we're people. That's where I'm at right
Okay.
now. I was
Okay.
literally about to send a text.
All right, so here we go. So again, here's the updated radar. So right in here, you can see the low CCs in here. So when I talk about CCs, I'm talking about right over here to the right. Okay, so you can see them. You can see them right here. These low CCs. This is where the big hail is falling, which is near. I don't even know how to say these towns. Stolly, Dupo, and whatever this one is right up here. You can see it there on radar. You can tell. Again, moving off to the northeast at about 50 miles an hour. Let's see what the hail time is on this. Okay, so if we on the front of this guy, we're gonna put a. Well, let's back it up here just a hair. Let's see here. So hail starts right here at this intersection here of 255 and State Highway 3. So we've got hail starting at 23:22. Hail time is over with on the next frame, which is 23:57. So it lasted a full 2 minutes. So again, yeah, this storm is racing, but it's dropping some big hail. It's probably got some wind. Here's the new update. Again, if we do a hail time, again, starts right here. Again at 23:23, basically 23:24. 23:55, they're on the back edge, so it's just now stopping. So again, you're getting about 2 minutes of hail in the worst part of this storm. So hail time is not very long on this guy, but it's a racing storm off to the east northeast. We're going to stick with this one because right now it's the one hitting the most population. So again, moving right now across the east side of St. Louis. So we're on the east side of St. Louis. And we're tracking storms again across the east side of St. Louis, producing golf ball size hail right now. Here's actually a report of it now. So again, we just had a report of golf ball size hail come in. Again, but not anything unexpected here. It's what we've been talking about. Again, we analyze these storms live as they happen. This is literally how we map. In fact, let's. Okay, I've been drinking Monster drinks like crazy. Let's jump over here. So here's our live feed, and then we've got here. So if we go from our live feed, let's take a look. Okay, let's go look at maps. Let's see. I'm going to show you what the meteorologists use. How about that? There we go. Boom! Look at that. Look at all these storms that we've been mapping live as they've been happening. Here I am over here in Las Vegas. My team of meteorologists over here. I've got John, my lead, here with me in Las Vegas, and then we've got a couple guys. You guys let them know how much you appreciate it. They stayed home, not in Las Vegas right now. And so you can see the storms from this morning up here across Wisconsin. Look, here's everything all mapped up, pushed across. Just as it happened, a couple of storms across Kentucky this morning. As well, some quarters in that area. Here's the big storms though, right? Everything's all mapped up, ready to go. If you're a subscriber, you can log in and see these maps right now. They're ready to go. So there's no wait time on this stuff. All right, so let's go back. I want to go to there. Let's go back over here to radar again. Let's take a look at St. Louis. So this storm, if anything, the actually be getting bigger on it right now. CCs continue to drop on it. Storm looks really impressive right now. For a north. Oh yeah, look at that. So the new marker comes in at 2.25 on it now. So yeah, this guy's going to town. It's actually, if anything, it's lifting off more to the north now. So it's actually
another confirmed tornado.
Almost making a turn. So it's going to go north. It's going to go to the west, or to the west of Collinsville even. So we're going to move in between Granite City and Collinsville now. We're getting hail basically along the river. You're probably getting some pea-size hail, some dime-size hail in downtown St. Louis.
Damn, we're getting stuff in Indiana.
Okay, we're now getting severe thunderstorms are breaking out ahead of this entire cluster now, all the way out in Indiana. Okay, so again, we talked about it. They're going to fire everywhere. They weren't going to start until 5 or 6 o'clock. That was when the real show was going to start. Here it is. We're here. Game on. It's time. It's time to go. If you are somebody that uses services like this, if you want to put your team in the right spot, call us. Get on our maps. Okay, they're mapped live. You guys can watch them update. You'll have your guys ready to go at 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock, or heck, you'll have them ready to go tonight. Big time hail now falling on the east side of St. Louis. We talked about the storm strengthening. We said it was showing signs. It absorbed. It absorbed the storms.
New warning: golf ball size hail from that's over Allerton in St. Louis area.
Yeah, they're behind. They're behind on their warning. So the warning just issued a brand new warning in St. Louis for golf ball size hail. Again, I think they're behind on that warning. They're going off of what has been confirmed. This is producing some hail right now, just north of Allerton. Again, it's moving off to the northeast. It's going to shoot the gap between Collinsville and Granite City, and it's going to make a run at Glen Carbon and Maryville and Mitchell. So right up in that area. And okay, so here it goes.
Oh man, it hit the airport. Looks like.
All right, so the St. Louis airport's getting hit.
I think it did. There's
St. Louis downtown airport. That's not
airport. Little airport.
Hit the little airport at St. Louis. The big one back over here in O'Fallon, Missouri. All right, so we've got more storms moving down here to the south in the Festus area. And all these storms are producing big hail right now. These are going to be long track hail swaths. These are the ones that go for 100 miles, 200 miles. And these things are going to go all night long. We're probably not going to be able to go live all night long, but get a little overwhelmed. We've now got a severe thunderstorm warning. We've got couple. There's all kinds of new stuff happening here just recently. So we've got tornado warnings moving into the north side of Little Rock now. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning, so it looks like maybe the tornado has lifted moving into the Chicago area, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's now been issued for that. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna stick here real quick because it hasn't moved into Chicago, so we're gonna stick here. This storm, this is producing some pretty serious hail right now, and it continues to actually try to almost pull the hail back to the west. So this core is like pulling everything back to the west here. Really, really impressive looking storm right now. Let's look at the volume, and I can tell just by looking at it, it's got a high volume. But let's look at our hail volume tool here. Not that one. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Check it out right here. Here's the high volumes of hail right now in the gray. Man, good stuff going on right there. Big time volume of hail. Again, here's the low CCs. See how they all match up? All the way almost to the river now. I mean, the golf ball size hail is almost pulled all the way back to the river in St. Louis. So not quite, but it's close. It's really close to the river with golf ball size hail. And then this is just huge volumes of hail. But the bigger hail is going to be on the west side of this dark purple. All right, let's see here. So let's go ahead. Let's jump up real quick. So we're going to come right back to St. Louis. Again, St. Louis blasted right now with golf ball to 2-inch hail.
Oh, God. Ottawa got. Is that baseballs that they got?
Looks like Ottawa. Again, tough to map without the radar, but it looks like Ottawa maybe just.
Yeah, Ottawa got baseball size hail.
Ottawa had baseball size hail and a tornado. So Ottawa's a big storm went through Ottawa. We talked about it having big hail. We weren't for sure because we didn't have the radar to help us. But I got a feeling here that this storm as it moves into the Gillette area also is meaning serious business.
All right, Zach, we got our hotel room here in the Excalibur is turning into a little hell palace.
That's why we stayed in the castle so we can make it a palace.
Yes.
All right. So again, this storm, even though I can't pick it up on radar very good, I can tell you Joliet is about to get hit with big hail.
Shorewood is currently getting hit with big hail. It's a
Manuka.
town. Shorewood is a town of 16,000. Manuka is a town of about.
Yeah, so we've got Manuka,
Manuka.
Shorewood being
Manuka's
hit
down
with
11,000.
some big hail. Golf ball size are bigger.
I'm sending it for golf ball. 'Cause
Yeah, we're sending out an alert.
Holy crap! Go back to St. Louis.
All right, we're gonna jump is going to town in St. Louis. There's a reason why we forecasted a great chance. We don't need Davenport anymore. We are done with Davenport, Iowa. Not Springfield here. All right, yeah, check this out here. All right, so big time hail headed towards Edwardsville now. Glen Carbon. Look at this thing. This thing just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger here. Man, what a storm. East side of St. Louis. This is live, folks. So we're 3:30 Pacific time in St. Louis. It is 5:35 right now. Okay, big time hail falling on the east side, just east of the radar, or just east of the river, Mississippi River there. Big time hail falling, heading to the north towards Glen Carbon, towards Edwardsville. This is a big time hailstorm, okay? And so yeah, this is big time. Again, headed towards Glen Carbon and Edwardsville. Hail probably 2 inch in diameter, maybe 2.5 inch on some of the bigger stuff. It's only going to last for about 1 to 3 minutes, so it's a quick shot, but it's big and it's got some wind going with it as well. So this is it. Okay, this is one of the big storms. We've got this one. We've got Ottawa. We've had several good cities have been hit with hail. There's also been some significant tornadoes. We've also got big hail now moving into Chicago. Okay, so we're going to track this one as it moves. It's now moving through the central parts of the St. Louis metro area on the eastern side of the river. Okay, so we're going to watch this one as it moves across. Again, we get updates about every 2.5 to 3 minutes. It looks like we've actually got a new one updating. Let's switch over here. Let's show you the here's a nice look at the algorithm map that would be produced. I think that's you want to see what our competitors
Yeah, I
are
need to get
mapping.
this on live. Inception live video. Keep going.
Oh, okay. So here's a look at it. So we've got it's actually a nice compact little core here. A little guy. But the big hail, so if we switch here, let's see where the big hail is falling at. So let's make a marker here. The biggest hail on radar is falling right there. So we put the little red marker on it. Now let's see where the big hail is falling at. The biggest hail is falling right here.
I'll give you an intersection to go with it in a second here.
It's right in here is the biggest hail. The highest volume of hail is falling right back here.
Can you tell me which highway?
The
you're
biggest
right
hail
now?
is falling right back here. The radar thinks the biggest hail is falling right here. Let's take a look at it. Let's see why.
Yeah. Can you tell me what highway you're near so I can try? I'm trying to find.
Yep.
Trying to find the.
Hang on here. We're gonna
My
come
bearings
right
on
back
this
to
map.
this here real quick. Let's get let's figure out where we're at here. Okay, so this is I-55.
I-55 is it near
So it's
111?
I-55 and 111. That's the core. That's the biggest hail right now. 2 inch, easily 2 inch in diameter. Falling right now at that intersection.
What's town in Collinsville?
That would be,
Collinsville, Illinois.
I guess, Fairmount City. I don't know.
Fairmont City.
Fairmont.
No, we just-
Collinsville is pretty far east of there.
So we got a $50 report.
So again, this is high volume stuff here. Again, lots of big hail. Let's look at the 3D view again. That's what we were trying to look at here. So you can see. So here's the big hail right up here. This is what the radar's picking up. It thinks the big hail's right here, but it's actually falling out. Let's zoom out so we can see a little better. It's actually falling out back here. So radar sees it here. Let's turn it sideways here. The radar is falling out right here. This tilt is what radar miss it. Okay, now we have to have that tilt to produce hail. So it's not going anywhere. It's always going to be there. Like prime example. So here's penny size hail on the eastern side of this storm. The biggest hail is going to be falling on the western side of this storm. It's the way it works. It's the way it works every time. Okay, so again, here's where the hail's falling right now. I-55, just to the east of Collinsville. It's moving to the north. It's going to go through Patoon Beach. It's going to go through Glen Carbon, it's gonna look like it snowed probably with just 2 or 3 minutes of hail. It's gonna come down, and then it's gonna continue to move off to the north at a pretty quick pace. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom here. Let's what's that?
Oh, just how far east?
Yeah.
Quarter size hail.
Yeah, the quarter size hail has fallen almost. It's basically running along I-255. Would probably be around the edge of the quarter size hail, somewhere right in there, maybe just a little to the east of there. The big stuff is falling back here towards this the split here, the I-55 and the I-70 split where those merge. Basically from right there up towards 255 to State Highway 11 and a little bit further east of there. That's where the big stuff is falling at right now. Lots of hail reports coming in from this storm. We'll probably get a cluster that'll come in here in a little bit once the storm actually moves out. Let's go ahead. Let's jump out now. Let's take a look at the storm moving towards Joliet again. So we're pulling this from the Milwaukee radar site.
Milwaukee.
Looks like that.
Okay.
It's probably good to use both of them.
I'm not going to send any more texts until I can't tell. I can't tell too far.
Yeah. I mean, the CCs look good on it.
I sent them a text
Right.
for Shorewood.
Yeah.
And then we're going to kind of see what's going on.
All right. So again, this is a storm. It's over the Shorewood area. So it's about 5 minutes old. So over the Shorewood area again. It's moving into Joliet right now. So again, we're gonna have to kind of play this by ear. This is a tough storm to map from a radar site that's 80, 85, 100 miles away. Let's click on Chicago just so we can show you radar's down. So we're gonna load the Chicago radar here. Maybe it'll just turn on for me.
Nice.
Could we get lucky? I don't think so.
The storm heading towards the south side of Fort Wayne, of course, size hail.
All right, so we got a storm now moving towards Fort Wayne, Indiana.
We also have a tornado
With
warning for the northeast section of Little Rock with this storm that's getting its act together here pretty quickly. I can't tell. Doesn't look like there's much. Doesn't look like there's much in the way of hail with it right now, but tornado-wise, probably. I mean, there's a good hook on this. Oh, it looks like we got subs trying to form over by Kansas City now.
Hey, new storm's going up near Kansas City.
That looks like a line.
Maybe a squall line, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, so that probably won't be. That's why our hail chances in Kansas City were pretty low. All right, we got quarter-size hail in Joliet on Larkin and Black Road currently. So it looks like it's probably dropping $0.25 size hail. It's really hard to tell at the moment just because of the fact that we are very far away from the radar, so I can't get a good view of the storm. So reports and just more or less intuition is really helping us
I
out
got
here.
someone live on Facebook wondering about Indy later on.
Indianapolis, you are later. You're later tonight. You're after dark. The storms, you can see on here, they're way back. They're back by St. Louis, by Decatur, and a little. These storms will move towards Indianapolis later on, probably about, what time is it there right now? So probably about after 10 p.m. Eastern time. So you're looking at nighttime storms for tornadoes, and nighttime storms for hail. The way the nature of the storms are right now, I'd say you're definitely going to get supercells and you're definitely going to get hail. That's why we had our much higher percentage for the Indianapolis area. So
after 10 o'clock,
After 10
these
p.m.
two
Eastern
clusters are probably going to expand in size too as
Yeah.
they head that way.
There
Yeah.
you go, Daniel. Hope that was
Currently-
helpful.
Currently, though, if you are in Indiana, we have storms just to the south of Fort Wayne dropping quarter-size hail, and also we just got a quarter report right now from the storm. I'm assuming it's a north split of it, yes. Then Kendallville, and that's they're both moving to the east-northeast. Or the one south of Fort Wayne is going east-northeast. The one north of it is going to the northeast, pretty much due northeast.
And notice how we've had nothing load on Chicago, and that's because it is broken,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
So we're going to bounce back up here to Milwaukee because I think that's about the closest, unfortunately, from the north. But we're going to take what we can get. So you can see here there is population here. The radar is going to kick in here in just a second. And let's see here. While that's loading, let's go ahead and jump back down here to St. Louis. St. Louis again being blasted. That's kind of weird. Hasn't updated the new location here, but Storm
Sure,
almost took a
nine
turn,
damage.
redeveloped over here, so it went through.
I forget where Turkout is.
Let's back this
exactly.
up here and see how it went. Oh, what's up with that? Let's see here. So we can load the stuff that happened in the middle here. So I went through the Glen Carbon area, went through Maryville, producing big hail.
Oh,
Did you
man.
see that?
Crap, man. I'm trying to.
Yeah, no.
I'm doing everything at once. Get to it. I get to it. Oh, we got hail in Arkansas. Yeah, quarter report came in.
So a new hail report in Arkansas
Looks
now.
like the storm's strengthening and well, it might be trying to turn right a little bit here. Might go toward Little Rock.
Or the
area.
storm south of Festus.
Yeah, the storm's going bonkers.
Yeah, so this whole cluster of storms are going to continue to expand and get stronger, and it's going to move towards the Indianapolis area. So this storm now it's a really high volume storm. It's probably still producing some golf balls, I would say right now. We've got a report of 1.25 inches, but it's going to be a lot of 1.25 inches and probably some golf balls if you actually got out in it. So I went north of Collinsville though. We said the quarters would be right around this area, so that's about the quarter line. And yeah, Maryville. I mean, I think Maryville. It looks like the radar actually went down for about 10 minutes, of course. So we didn't get those frames to bounce in there for the Maryville area. So we'll have to kind of fill in that gap there. But you can see that. I mean, this storm is hauling. It's not quite as strong as it was, but it's still a good little storm. A bunch of reports for inch and a quarter. I think there's going to be some golf ball reports come in from this guy.
If I can ever look at social media, I might be able to find pictures. But
Yeah,
I don't know if we're
Cool.
going to be able to get a chance to do that.
We'll get that eventually. All right, this storm down here to the west of St. Louis is still. I can see the hell spike on this one. Look at that.
Which one's out? Yeah.
That's that one that went through. What's it called? Mountain, whatever.
Mountain Grove.
Mountain
Yes,
Grove.
Mountain Grove got lit up.
All right, man, lots of. All right, so we're getting a lot of quarter reports here coming in the Gillette area. Again, when you can't see it, that's kind of what we have to go off of here. So we will be able to kind of pick out, where the track actually goes. So that'll help out quite a bit.
Whatchamacallit, to Milwaukee.
You can see the maps have been updating. Like they're literally updating live as we happen. Like check this out. You guys will like this. Like we talked about where the storm was at, St. Louis. You can see we mapped it up almost like the storm's here. We mapped it to within 10 miles of where it is right now.
I don't think
Good
the
stuff.
doors are open anymore. I know what's happening.
All right, let's take a look at some of the models here while we let some new radar frames come in here. So we've got an update on the models here. A couple of new updates actually. So these models, they get better and better as we go through the evening. You can see really doing a pretty good job here of these storms that have already developed. Let's get it to load here. You can see here it's got the big storm moving through the south side of Chicago. It's got the tail end Charlies.
golf ball report in Glen Carbon. I need Syntax
There we
for
go.
it.
And there's the golf ball report that we talked about. Just came in with Glen Carbon. I told you I thought there'd be some golf ball reports.
Right now.
Huh?
Jeez.
Oh yeah, you didn't know
No, I was doing other stuff.
Yeah, no, that storm went to town. And then we've got our storms here. This one's the one producing the golf ball size L right now. You can see it's got them all here. It's got the stuff down here in the St. Louis area. So let's see what happens. Where do they go? How do they expand? So you can see the storms expand. And look at this whole cluster that develops here later on tonight. These are big time storms. Oh man, it's gonna be it's a lot of storms that develop tonight. And then you can see now we're starting to get into some of the stuff tomorrow. Look at some of these storms that develop around sunrise in the Nashville area. That could be some hail around sunrise in Nashville. The city we haven't talked about much yet. All right, so let's jump back over here now. Let's go back to radars here. So let's start in St.
Oh,
Louis.
2-inch hail in Troy, as I'm trying to.
Told you guys. Told you all those inch and a quarter ones I thought would be wrong.
Doesn't surprise me.
2-inch reports are now coming in. So the golf ball and the 2-inch reports from this thing just blasting right through here. They're coming in. We had this stuff before they happened, right? Got a big hail spike on this storm south of Festus now. So probably dropping baseballs. All right, let's go back up here to Milwaukee. I'm going to try to close out some of these radars too. I'm going to leave Lincoln open here. Let's move this guy forward. So yeah, the storm doesn't. Again, it's really far from the radar. So when I say it doesn't look as good, that makes it's difficult to see. But right now, it's actually passing Gillette now. It's definitely producing quarter size hail. The question is it producing anything bigger than that? And not for sure on that. So that'll be the question. That's the $1 million question, right? If we can get out there and find some golf balls. So we've got a team of people actually analyzing this storm right now. So we're trying to find out everything that we can to see if it's actually producing big hail or not. Okay. Let's see here.
Oh, what's going on? We got ping pong balls in this storm.
All right.
In Roland, in Roland to Arkansas, we got ping pong balls.
The storms in Arkansas, those are the ones that we just talked about, right? They kind of expand as they move to the north and east of Little Rock. Those guys are starting to fire up now. Let's see here. We've got some radars up for down in that part of the area too. Here's
golf ball report that came in. Oh,
yeah,
that was another one. Never mind.
There's going to be a bunch of them on that. That's a 5-star map.
Yeah, they're getting blasted.
If you might help them with their map labels, like their ratings.
I'm just trying to get these texts.
Yeah, I know, after you get that text out. All right, so we're just talking about the different ratings. So we're probably going to push St. Louis 4 to a 5, probably a 5. That's a big time storm. The Illinois stuff, the northern Illinois, the Chicago stuff, that's gonna be a 4. Again, some of the Gillette stuff we're analyzing as well as we can. It's definitely a tough storm to analyze. Here it is right now moving just off to the north and east. It is not tornadic right now, which is great news, but it's warned for golf ball size hail. We're
storms up in Iowa again.
So we've got some new stuff going back up in Iowa again. A couple severe thunderstorm warnings back there. Man, we said it was going to be active. We weren't lying. There's all kinds of stuff going on here. Verona, we got some big hail moving through there right now. In central Illinois, north of Bloomington. Again, we've got a second wave of storms. This one's producing some quarter-size hail as well, if not even bigger than that. It's now moving into the Manuka area and the Shorewood area again. So we've got a second round of hail. For those of you, 2 rounds of hail is better than 1 round of hail, every time I've checked at least. 2 rounds of hail is better than 1 round of hail 10 times out of 10, I think. All right, so here we go. So both of these moving through that area. Let's jump down here to Little Rock. We haven't looked at Little Rock here in a little bit. Let me see where this radar is. This is Lincoln. Okay, so we talked about the Lincoln. Again, here it is, the Gillette storm. Here are those two, so we're going to leave that guy active. We're going to take a look at this one. This is St. Louis. Look at all the hail reports coming in now. Boom, 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 boom. Golf balls everywhere. Again, we mapped this thing live as it happened. If you want to get accurate data, just call us. I'm not going to do a bunch of sales pitches, but if you don't want to use us, I'll just keep helping your competitors out. All right, here we go. So we're going to jump off at Springfield. We're going to jump down here to Little Rock. Again, this storm is now taking off. Tornado warning, moving in between Conway and Little Rock. So let's zoom on in here. See if we can get the population to load here with the radar. Oop, a little too close. Man, Mayflower, that's not a good place for a tornado. They had a big one a few years ago.
You're good.
Woo. Wow. That is,
holy crap.
man. That is a That is a storm and a half right now.
Are there any texting cities up
Look
there?
at the.
Do you know off the top of your head?
I mean, we're basically doing this Mamel is for sure. I'm just looking at the population on here. I don't know if Mayflower is. Conway is, but it's not in Conway. Mayflower might be. I don't know.
I think the storm near Chicago. I think that one.
All right, so here we go. So this is again some big time hail falling here. I don't know if the tornado's on the ground. Let's look at some velocity. Let's see. Probably not. It's a really classic supercell though. And let's see here. So what I like to do is see my little red square here. I like to actually track the hail.
I tried renaming the storms. I didn't. I literally changed the star levels. I didn't have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't care about renaming them. I just wanted the star levels changed. All right, so here we go. So again, this storm is getting its act together here. It's kind of stretched out a little bit. The storm behind it, it's got a classic hook on it as well. And so again, both of these trying to get their act together. So this could get pretty rough back here. So we're not a lot going on, but it's definitely worth watching.
More for baseballs. Uh-oh. Did they get a report of baseballs? Or?
Probably. We got this warning here for baseballs now.
I got a
new tornado warning issue.
Figure out what the population is on these bad
on
boys.
Mayflower.
Yeah, I gotta go back to the live website. I was asking questions and stuff. You can just keep going. Okay, I know it's asking questions.
Hey Zach,
Yeah.
will you do a Periscope with my phone?
Yeah.
So where's the storm? Where's the storm currently at?
It's Mayflowers.
Oh shit! Man, that thing took off. It's like
Just
gone.
died.
Went through population and died.
How about that? The St. Louis storm went up, exploded when it moved through St. Louis, dropped big hail, and then just died out. It is almost gone now. This storm back here now moving towards Joliet, the second storm, appears to be
is not a Texas city.
appears to be growing in hail size right now. So this is something we're gonna have to watch here as this thing moves into the Chicago area. It appears to be growing in size. So I think the hail size may be on the way up. We have a series of supercells here. Supercells, for those of you, those are rotating storms, and those have a tendency to produce the larger hail.
Nope, they just warned something in the city.
Which city?
Kansas City.
Oh.
That's probably just for quarters.
Yeah.
Somebody find quarters.
So we've got some severe storms now going up on the eastern side of Kansas City as well. So again, probably some quarter-size hail with those. We're not going to jump over to those radars right now. So my big ones that I'm watching here are going to be these storms now moving into the south side of Chicago. The storms have now cleared St. Louis. So St. Louis, for those of you, has been hit. Had a big-time storm down there. And we've had a lot of big-time storms up in Illinois. So lots of activity going on. Let's go ahead and take a look.
The NWS Chicago got a 0.75 inch hail, so I believe that storm is no longer producing damaging hail.
Yeah.
Because that's like right over them. So
This one behind it's the one that seems to be going up.
oh, this one.
This one's getting stronger right here.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
getting it. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's strengthening.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a look here from Milwaukee's radar if I can find it. Get so many radars here going. All right, so we can see it's definitely a little clearer here from Milwaukee. And yeah.
I got another hook on this.
Yeah, that second one. Yeah, they're both training.
Jeez.
This storm up here to the north, for those of you in Chicago, those of you that like the pea to penny size hail, you're going to have some little pockets of that come blasting through with some 40 to 50 mile per hour winds, maybe a gust to 60. They've got it warned here, probably just because it's moving into a population, though. It's warned for 60 mile per hour winds, quarter size hail. You're going to see penny size hail at the biggest, probably, with some 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. You figured out. Periscope?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's see here. So, man, what going on? We've been going live now for, I think, about 2 hours, quite a while, and then we were live before that for about an hour. So, lots of live coverage today. We want to keep you up ahead of everything. We want to keep pushing things through. We're trying to do it on multiple levels through social media, through our website. Our website enables us to actually be able to push out alerts to you. So that's, it's a really nice tool for us to be able to let you know live. If that's something that you want.
Holy crap. 4.5 inch hail.
All right. So we got softball size hail just north of Little Rock. Now
Bonnie Springs.
let's take a look at this. This is great right here.
Oh man, where is that town?
Let's see.
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah, it was like right in that hook.
All right.
Sure.
Let's says this is Little Rock, but it's not loading. Oh, there we go. All right, yeah, look at this. Whew. So classic. So Mayflower's getting blasted with hail right now. So let's see here. Yeah, so you can. Here we go, right here. Okay, so here's the 1.5 inch hail marker. Let's line some stuff up here. Okay, right here.
Just go on. You're good.
So here it is. So we've got it lined up right here. Watch it as it moves out across, and then there's the 4.5 inch marker. Now this is isolated hail. Okay, this is not like the sky is falling hail, big hail everywhere, but it is big hail, and it'll break some decking. So you can see it's right here in this part of the storm. So it's in the hook. This is where our updraft is. This storm, it's going to have a hard time producing a tornado because of how stretched out the rotation is on it. But it's going to make big hail. So up in here, you've got some small hail. Look at this. Radar estimated at dime size hail, but back over here, look how far back away this is. This is like 5 miles away. Softball size hail. That's how it works. Look at that. Some Mayflower there getting some big hail. And actually, maybe the storm kind of, I don't know if the radar hiccuped on us, or it looks like the storm is going to cycle. Look at here, right here. See this? So this is a new updraft forming right here, and we're going to have a new cycle.
Oh.
And that may be what makes the tornado when it cycles like that. But again, up here to the north, on the northern side of it, right here in this blues and greens right here, there's some quarter to golf ball size hail falling. There to the north, we go back here to the west. This storm producing quarter to golf ball size hail as well in parts of the Little Rock, Arkansas area. All right. For those of you joining us on Periscope, if you guys want to get these live alerts,
there's so many reports that came out of the golf ball size hail up out of the St. Louis area.
Oh yeah, St. Louis got blasted. For those of you watching us,
some wind damage. We got something. What was this report right here? Their golf ball size hail just reported in Hecker, Illinois. So I don't know if I think that's starting to get
I
pretty
did
rural
predict
at
that
point.
earlier, Rob.
It's a little more rural. So yeah, that's why we had really high
Zach wanted
percentage.
to show you his face. Yeah, we had a high percentage for St. Louis.
And there you go.
We had a high percentage for Little Rock. Look here, just north of Little Rock, we got softball size hail.
Oh, what's that? Oh God, please don't. Okay, no, that's just have to. What's this? What's this?
Then we let's see, where else do we have? So we had Indianapolis as a high risk. Their risk is still later on. Hasn't happened there yet. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's look at the St. Louis storm. I think I still got enough data here to back it up for you guys. Check this out. So we're getting lots of reports of wind damage as well. So this was a big time storm. Let's see if it'll how far back we can go. Look at it come blasting through here. So again, it starts down here to the south of St. Louis.
Facebook,
Mhm.
please.
With
Just talking about that. What happened in St. Louis. And
All right, so look at it as it grows out and expands and
Just
moves
it's
across the
ongoing.
St. Louis area. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Big hail. Now, all these reports, you see them all pop up as the storm goes through. Those reports came through about probably 30 to 45 minutes after the storm went through St. Louis. Okay? We were giving out live intersections where it was hailing to our customers as it happened, 30 to 45 minutes before. It's good stuff. You know, it's easy to do this stuff when you have fun doing it. And we love weather, so. And I only put dents in cars. I don't take them out, and I don't fix roofs either. Now, if you guys want to get these alerts, so when we go live, so this is actually, let me show you this. This is live on our website right now too. So we're living up all over the place here right now. So here is our website. So this is actually streaming live on here. You can see we're actually chatting with our customers on here. And then we've got, and mine's not updating because I'm not playing it, but if I hit refresh here, it probably would kind of refresh. But we're literally live. Like, here you go. You can see, right there I am right there. You can see me holding up the cell phone, right? So, pretty good stuff, right? And we've got all the chat going, so you can get in there and chat with us. We text you live when we're in there, so it's pretty cool. So let's go back to radar, though. Okay, let's go take a look at the Chicago area, okay, because that's another area that we've been watching storms. They've been producing quarter-size hail as they moved into Chicago. They produced really large hail back to the west of Chicago, so we had some reports of baseball-size hail in Ottawa. We had some 2-inch hail in a couple other locations, some tennis ball-size hail in a few locations. We had a big tornado move through Ottawa.
That was a 2.5 inch.
So now this second supercell now moving through Joliet. The first one produced quarter-size hail. For those of you that don't know, the radar in Chicago is actually down. So we're having to map these storms from pretty far away, but it makes it tough. But we're doing it, and we're having fun doing it, and it's working out really well. So this is going to be good stuff for you guys. Again, all these maps. We didn't talk about this, but look at this. So again, we do map these storms live as they happen. I always have people ask, like, you guys have meteorologists that do it, right? And I say, yeah, we have meteorologists that do it, but we have meteorologists that do it live. There's every storm that's happened. They're actually in here mapping these storms as it happens. There it is, all live updates. Everything's mapped. St. Louis is done. If you're a customer, you can jump in and see St. Louis. Look, it just started hailing in Kansas City a little bit ago. We've already got that mapped. Everything is there. It's all done.
Man, why is this?
As it happens. And look at all these storms. I mean, there's storms everywhere. And we're keeping up with them. So we've got an excellent team here. Give them some hearts because they're working their tails off. I think I don't know if Frank's in here listening. Frank, if you're in here, give me a heart. But
Sure
he's probably working his tail off right now, so he's probably not listening. But give Frank some hearts because give Frank Gaetano. Look at this tornado from Ottawa earlier.
That's what
Big
actually a
time
different
tornado.
one was in Washburn.
Oh, that
There's
was
a
a
bunch of
different one.
tornadoes going on. It's
Been
really
a bunch of tornadoes, but give Frank
There we go. Here was
some
Ottawa.
props. There's Ottawa. Frank worked like all night long last night, and he's still working his tail off right now. And Heather is
Been up all day.
she's been up all day. She's probably going to be working all night. We've got John here who's kind of manning the ship.
Yep.
We've
Trying
got
to
Zach
keep
here.
tight.
He just looks pretty for us. He says
Keeping track of social media,
I'm
customer service.
social media, customer service. Zoom in on the maps. Hey, I'll zoom in for you. Can I say, pay for my maps? Laugh out loud. I'm just kidding. Let me zoom in. Hang on there. Where'd you want me to zoom in at? Pick a spot. Shoot me the message. You got to pop it up in there. Say, I'm an adjuster, so it doesn't. Where do you want to see then? You want to see St. Louis? There you go. There you go. Hang on there. I'm trying to zoom in more here. It's hard to do on my phone because I'm like doing this through my monitor. There we go. So there's our. I know. I'm just playing with you too. We like to have fun. There it is. Thank you. Hail Satan. What is that?
Oh, God, that's what I was doing.
All right. Yeah, I think well, we've already been working, but I think we're going to be working all night long. Oh man. All right. So yeah. So I don't know. Did anybody got any questions? I mean, this is good stuff, right? Hope you guys like this. Let's see if we can do an update here real quick on the radar. So again, this is the Lincoln radar. Again, maybe some quarters moving into Joliet right now with this cell. It's real hard to tell. We're analyzing this thing from like 85 miles away, so it's pretty tough to tell. And then we've got, let's see here, we've got a tornado warning here. This storm's producing some quarters. This is north of Pontiac. And then, let's see here, let's switch radars here. See how many, look at all these radars I got working. Boom, 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 boom. They're up everywhere.
We got quarters at Weber Road and Taylor Road in Romeoville, Illinois. Just one of the various suburbs.
So Redbud down here in Illinois is about to get hit. Both of these storms are producing some pretty good hail right now. Okay, let's see here. Oop, let's zoom back out here.
Here in Iowa.
And then we've got
Quarters just south.
nice little storm moving south of Iowa City again. So that's a good one. And then let's see here. Let's go back down here. So this storm near Little Rock, this thing was, let's see here. Let me find my Little Rock. Here we go. This storm down here near Little Rock, dropping some massive hail. Look at that. Softballs. That's some big time stuff. Again, it's actually kind of weakened a little bit. It's trying to cycle and probably heating up. So see how they're kind of both merged together. Okay, so that's about it for Arkansas. So right now, it looks like we're maybe in a little bit of a reprieve. I mean, there's still a lot of storms producing hail, but they're just not hitting a lot of stuff. So the main storm impacting anything right now is the one in Joliet. And so let's go back to that one. We'll leave you on that one. So this storm up here in Joliet. And so we've got two storms potentially producing up to quarter-size hail, one through Joliet, one moving in towards the Oaklawn. And
We got a storm that pumped out some quarters outside. Kansas City.
Looks like that's it. And then, yeah, we've got some storms producing quarters outside Kansas City. So we're going to leave you with that. Again, go sign up on our website. It's free for you to sign up to get alerted on this stuff. We'll shoot you a message. And yeah, so we'll just leave it on that. So thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, so we're still on this, right? Yeah, we're still streaming on.
Text messages.
Yeah, you're still on the Live Weather Center on the website.
Yeah, we're still streaming here.
Here, can you take care of this? I don't know who this is.
Okay, is that?
Yeah.
Somebody can't log in. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and kill this stream here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and we're gonna jump back on if something good starts to pop up. We're gonna watch these storms in Chicago and Kansas City, probably some more through St. Louis again at some point, and the storms moving towards Little Rock, also Fort Wayne, and later in Indianapolis and Terre Haute. We'll keep watching this, and we'll send you updates as they happen. Talk to you guys soon.